Welcome everybody, welcome along to Racing Previews and Reviews, although it's just a preview this weekend as I haven't been on here for a couple of weeks. So I'm just going to kick straight on and we're back to preview Qiopco Champions Day at Ascot. Of course, the combination of the flat season for 2024. It's crazy how quick the season has flown, and then we're going to be in the next couple of weeks getting really heated up back into the jump racing. So I'm coming back on this weekend to preview Champions Weekend. I'm going to be back on next week for some of the jump racing and Breeders' Cup special as well. I'm going to go through the 6 races on the card. What a fantastic day's racing we have in store for us here at Ascot. 6 races, 4 Group 1s, Group 2, and finish. We have a 20-runner handicap that we are going to get our teeth stuck into. I'm going to preview every race. I'm going to give my main selection. Some races I might give my main selection and an each-way play. But again, this is just the everyday fun preview, as I've stated before. So again, it always goes back to that. Yeah, I have some nice selections picked out. I have some boring selections picked out, but all in all, just as a racing fan, just to sit back and watch this race and take place on Saturday, it's a super card. I didn't think the card was going to stay as in-depth as it has. We've got some nice fields in each race, which with the ground the way it is, it's heavy at the minute, and some of the races are on the different track. But yeah, we've some fantastic races to really look forward to. None more so than the Champion Stakes, and every race is a bit of a puzzle, but it makes it a bit more interesting. So I'm going to kick straight on, and the first race gets underway at 1:20. It is the Qiopco British Champions Long Distance Cup. This is actually Group 2 over 1.7 miles, just short of the 2-mile trip. We've got 9 declared here, and the 2 that take the eye, of course, straight off the bat is Qiopco and Trawlerman. But lads, Qiopco has been absolutely awesome this year, scintillating as ever. Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore combination in the colour of my glare, in partnership with the Magner, Tabor, Smith and Westerburgers. But this son of Galileo, what can we say about him? I remember him winning in Leopardstown a couple of years ago, and then he went on that year to win his very first Gold Cup. Yeah, he just gets the job done. Now, he got ran down last year by Trawlerman, who has only had 2 starts since that victory. In Maidan back in March at World Cup night, and then in Royal Ascot, where we finished second behind Qiopco, only beating a length, and that was on good ground. I expect him. He was being the idea was to keep him fresh for this campaign and aim him specifically at this race nearly. John Gosden, Godolphin, John Gosden's horses are so much primed for the autumn, specifically for a lot of the times for these races culminating here. Winning Buick combining. We've seen Frankie on him last year when he ran down the winner. I think Qiopco is the winner of this race. It's boring, but a 4-5. And he's had a long campaign this year, and that's the only reason I think he is the price he is. And he got ran down here last year. But I just think he's been just so good this year, even though he's had a long campaign. John Gosden's runner has the benefit of only having the 2 runs, but I just think I'm going to side with Qiopco to get the job done here, finish out his season perfectly this year. One I can see running the price is the Euphrates for Aidan O'Brien. Has been running some nice races this year, and I just think could outrun his odds with Christophe Soumillon in the saddle. So I wouldn't be overall not suggesting backing Euphrates each way, and even maybe a little reverse forecast on the 2 O'Brien runners. But yeah, I just think Qiopco gets the job done here, and we see another stellar performance from what is a champion stayer. Then we're going to kick to the first Group 1 on the card. This is the Qiopco British Champion Sprint Stakes, 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds plus 20 runners declared here. Some of these names, of course, you know them. They're household names: Our Power, Ken Rios, Audience. You know, they're Group 1 household names at this stage. Last year's winner, Our Power, 40-1 winner last year, and then the year before with Kinross, who they both come back here as well, along with a lot of the runners up. I like one here down at the very, very bottom. I'm just going to take a chance here. Oisin Murphy, champion jockey elect. I think it's for the 4th time now, Oisin. But an interesting fact, I actually watched the video earlier on today and I didn't know this, but Oisin hasn't rode a winner on British Champions Day since 2018, so he will be absolutely chomping at the bit, excuse the pun, to get back in the winners enclosure here since the first time 2018. I like Flora of Bermuda for Andrew Baldwin. 3-year-old by Dark Angel out of Dubai Power. I just think he's been running some cracking races, not far off of some of the main protagonists here, and I just think will like the ground, gets in off of the 3-year-old weight and the fillies allowance. So yeah, I think at a massive price here, 14-1, I'm going to side with Flora Bermuda. Not too far away from any of the main protagonists, as I said, in some of them races, and I just think puts it together there on the day. I think Oisin will show why he is the champion elect. So 14-1, 4 places each way with Wild Sports. I'm going to take a chance with Flora Bermuda in the second race. Then we're going to go to the Champion Fillies and Mare Stakes, Group 1 again over a mile 3, just short of a mile and a half. 14 declared here. This is an absolute cracking renewal here. What I'm going to, again, I have a little bit of a mad one here for the each way plays, maybe for the each way Lucky 15. One was jumping out at me before jockey declarations, and I might be totally off the ball here, but I fancy Wingspan to run a cracking race here for Aidan O'Brien. Shawnee Levy, of course, served his apprenticeship in Ballydoyle and went over to the UK when things weren't exactly flourishing in Ireland, and showing why he was a force to be reckoned with. Has been winning some of the biggest races, the St. James's Palace to name one this year, but has won a lot of good races in the last number of years. And he actually won the St. Leger, I think, for Aidan this year, so they've combined to the highest table. I think Winsbang only made his debut in April in this is key for me, heavy ground around Leopardstown, and was well touted that day. Ryan rode Wingspan that day, won that maiden by about a length and a half. Then was thrown in Navan in a Group 3, was beaten about 6.5 lengths, but was beaten by the Dermot Well filly that went on and absolutely hosed up in the Oaks at Isaiah. Then came back to Gorn and won the Harriet Stakes, beaten Paddy Toomey's One Look, who went out since and won the Vincent O'Brien Stakes in Killarney and was second in a Group 3. Then went to the Curragh in a Group 3. She was only beaten a length and a quarter by Tanawa. And the last time we seen her was in the Blanford Stakes, a Group 2 in the Curragh, and it was only beaten a neck by Johnny Murta Hanalia. I just think at 20-1, Shawnee Levy right now he's skinned this year. I just think you're going to get 4 places in the race. Actually, with Boyle Sports, you're going to get 4 places in the race. So I just think at 20-1, I'm definitely going to side with Wingspan each way in the fillies and mares. Then we're going to kick to what is the QE2, the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes, over a mile. 13 runners declare here. Warm favourite with the Roger Varian trained Sharon. Sylvester D'Souza, a resurgence for that jockey, combining here with Roger Varian Sharon in some of the biggest races in the year. It's the one they all have to beat, I think. As I said, a couple of boring selections, but I'm going to take a chance here because there's a super offer running through the whole Ascot Festival. and a lot of the races actually selected meetings every day. So on the Bio Sports website, if you check it out, you'll see all the offers. But to finish second to the FAV, you get your money back as a free bet up to €20. And I just think I'm going to definitely take a chance here, taking on the favourite with the David Minucier Tamafan, who we seen winning the Sun Chariot for fillies and mares in Newmarket the last day. Colin Keane came over. Was Colin Keane's very first Group 1 winner in the UK. Not in Ireland, obviously, but in the UK. And was David Minucier's very first Group 1 winner. I'm 100% sure, after hitting the crossbar a couple of times. But I just think this improving 3-year-old filly has... I was very, very taken by that performance in the Sun Chariot run. The way she ran away to the line very strongly, being inspired by 2 lengths, who, albeit hasn't been at her best, but is a very, very good mare on her day. And as I said, John Gosling normally targets the autumn race with her, and I think the vibes were that that was as good as she was all season. And See the Fire, who has been very good as well this year for Andrew Ballin, who Oisin actually rode in the race, and Oisin is back on board. So could Oisin have a double after not having a winner in British Champions Day since 2018? I'm hoping so anyway. So I'm going to side with David Minucier's Tamfava. Then we're going to go to the feature race of probably the flat calendar card, the Qiopco Champion Stakes. Group 1, it's a race, steeple and folklore, mile 2. 12 runners stay in this, which is great to see, such a big field. There's 2 juggernauts here battling it out. 2 3-year-olds, the French Calnadan, and of course William Haggis's Economics, who was last seen winning the Irish Champion Stakes. But I'm going to side with the French recruit here in the famous His Highness the Aga Khan colours. A gelding by Glen Eagles, as I said, a 3-year-old. So they both in off the same weights. They are level Peggins 9-3. Stefan Pasquier, one of the most seasoned jockeys around, definitely knows the time of the day in the big races. And yeah, I was very, 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 very much taken with this performance in Royal Ascot when winning the King Edward the Stakes. I know it was only Group 2, but absolutely routed the field that day, beating Space Legend by 6 lengths. But albeit his last performance was probably one of his finer performances, he didn't win, but he was second, only beaten a length by City of Troy, who is favourite now for the Breeders' Cup Classic, an Epsom Derby winner. When we last seen him in the Juddmonte International, so only beaten a length that day, and he didn't get going in time, if you ask me. So I just think I'm going to side with the French runner here. One I can see carrying the colours to the first 3 definitely anyway is Los Angeles. He's been a stalwart this year, an Irish Derby winner after finishing, was he 3rd in the English Derby? He weren't beaten that far in the English Derby, then went on and won the Irish Derby. Went to York, then won the Great Vaultitude, and then went back to Leopardstown, where we've seen him in behind Economics. Now, was only beaten less than a length and a quarter, and in my eyes, it could have been a little bit closer. Didn't get quite going in time, but then has ran since an Arc weekend, actually ran in the Arc, and was only beaten 2 3/4 lengths by Blue Stocking, finishing 3rd. I just can't see this lad being out of first 3, being honest, to Los Angeles. I was very much taken with performance all year. Ryan Moore combining, of course, with Aidan O'Brien, combination so good together. So I think Los Angeles definitely for the first 3. I'm going to take the French runner to win the race, and Los Angeles definitely, I think, for the first 3 each way. Interesting to note that Nashwan's having her final run for John Gosling, Holly Doyle. What a combination they have been for each other. So I'd like to see her going out with a bit of a nice performance, even middle of the pack there, just to show herself for a good account again. I can see her actually running a race, but I'm just going to say with Los Angeles each way and Calnadan for the win. Then we're going to go to the final race on the card. This is the Balmoral Handicap, 20 runners, as I said. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I've done the homework on it. I have 2 each way that I want to pick out. 4 and 5, Witch Hunter for Richard Hannon and Jamie Spencer. I just think dropping back into handicap company has multiple Group 2 winner. And I just think it'll suit Jamie Spencer right here. Held up, come at a run. And if Get finds the gaps, I think this Son of Sayuni will definitely be taking a little each way play for me at 25-1. You're going to get 5 places in the race. So yeah, I'm definitely sweet on Witch Hunter each way. And the other one then is Ellen Najam for William Haggis. A lightly Gella's son, I see the stars, a 4-year-old, only has the 8 runs, but has form over the course and distance, winning. Last seen at Ascot. Last seen when he was at Ascot, 3 runs ago was a winner over a mile in over the course and distance. So yeah, Tom Marquand has had a stellar season, and I just think they could cap it. Could be after maybe going out on a high with the race before, win the Champions League, quite possibly, because Economics is a very good horse. So yeah, I'm going to go side with 2 runners each way, Witch Hunter and El Najam, William Haggis' runner and Richard Hannon's runner each way in the Balmoral handicap. So that is my preview for British Champion Day at Ascot. It's been a fantastic flat season. I can't believe it's over already. I'm really much looking forward to the jump season now getting started. Some nice young horses coming out in the next couple of weeks. I might actually jump back on tomorrow even and preview Limerick's racing on Sunday, because we have the Boy Sports Munster National taking place. That's a super race. So if I am free, I will jump back on and preview that. But yeah, no, it's going to be an epic weekend of racing. The Champions Day is always just a spectacle, even to watch some of the best horses taking each other on. The ground is heavy, so just be wary of that. Find some nice horses, maybe with some heavy ground form. Some of those selections have been picked on that ground dependency alone. So yeah, look, as I said, some nice selections each way. Fireman a small lucky 15, and there's a couple there shorter odds, maybe Fireman a little tricksy or something like that. But that was my preview for British Champions Stakes Day. And yeah, we'll see you again very, very soon. If you did like, hit the share, and we talk again soon, guys.